Thanks, Chris. I really love following you. So, how's everyone doing? Good? I grew this mustache out specifically for my Halloween costume because I'm too cheap to buy a fake one. My Halloween costume is going to be Mr. Burns dressing up as Hulk Hogan. Picture it? Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and release the hound. I think I'm nailing it. Yeah, so do you guys ever notice that some people, if they've lost a limb, they get sensations in that missing limb? It's called the phantom limb syndrome. I totally get it. I understand what they're going through. As you've just witnessed, I'm always wiping the bangs from my eyes. More ball jokes. Woo! There is a way I like to describe my hairline, and that is a hit and run. My hairline's fleeing the scene of what my mother calls an accident. It's not actually true. I was planned. All that tells you is how bad my mother's at planning things. So I lived all over this country. I was born in Toronto. Then at age 9, we moved to Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Tell me, did I tell you I'm at 100 foot, but I got 2 feet in a heartbeat there, bye. And then we moved to Vancouver. Now, I'm not good with the Vancouver accent. Let's see what you think. Why are you guys looking at me? I don't feel safe here. This is a microaggression. I'm out of here. I don't have the Hamilton accent yet, but I will need a mobility scooter soon. And when I get one, I promise you I'm driving that motherfucker right in the middle of the road. Just like everyone else. When we first moved to Vancouver, we had a really fucking weird living situation. In the house, it was me, my brother, my mother, my stepfather, and my father. Yeah, well, he doesn't identify that anymore. He's now my sperm donor. But my stepfather did not have any children, which now I regret, because after the modern trending porn industry, biggest genre, I'd like to have a stepsister. I kind of tripped over that one, but thanks for the laugh. Thank you. The last living situation I had in Vancouver, I moved into a 2-bedroom apartment right downtown with a guy that I worked with in a restaurant. He was a 50-year-old, really buff gay dude, kind of the norm in Vancouver. And the way he sold it to me was, I like to fuck young men. Hello, Genevieve. I like to fuck young men, but I don't like them to know where I live, so you'll never hear gay sex. This was 10 years ago, heart of downtown Vancouver, 2-bedroom apartment, rent was $1,000 total. I was like, for that fucking price, I'll hold the camera and supply the lube. Oh, I'm kind of blanking on my set right now. Oh no, I know the next part where I'm going. As I said, I work in restaurants. I've worked in restaurants for so damn long. How long, none of you asked? Well, when I started, it was only music videos that P. Diddy was forcing himself into. I don't think they would have liked that joke either. I've learned a lot of good lessons in restaurants. Multitasking, this, that, but the best lesson I've learned is don't let the tips dictate your mood. If you get a bad tip, don't let it ruin your night. If you get a good tip, stay off that high horse. I don't always follow that lesson though. Sometimes I get that beautiful tip on a big table and I feel like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. Just a dirty little whore. Just slip an extra fin in there and I'll toss your salad bed in any chef everywhere. Most of my restaurant career, I've worked in Italian restaurants. And my absolute favorite thing to do in Italian restaurants is when you have the straight from Italy, proud Italian owners or any regular guests, is to purposely mispronounce food. Try it sometime. Go to a restaurant and go, how good is the ganache? I really do like the looks of this spaghetti bolognese, but the one that would get them like Mount Vesuvius erupting out of their head. Would you like to finish off with some espressos? And emphasize the X. Espressos? Yeah. So I'm going to talk about something that no comedian ever talks about. Dating. So, I haven't been getting much love lately, but when I do, I usually fall pretty quickly. I'm not going to lie. And I've noticed over the years that the hardest thing to do in a new relationship is to, be the first one to say, I love you. You're taking this big leap. You don't know where you're going to land. Is it safe? I don't know. The last time I took that leap, I whispered, I love you, and went in for a kiss. I got a hand up, and she said, kissing's extra. Besides, your hour's almost up. Now, if I do trick some woman into dating me long term, let's say things are starting to get kinky in the bedroom, I've come up with a new safe word. Would you guys like to hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? So, oh my God, please don't stop, it's been so long. Yes, Mom, this is what I do for a living. No, I don't even get paid, it's worse than that. I was talking to my camera phone there, so everyone knows. This one's for my mother. I do have some words of advice and wisdom for you. Like, you may make such a fucking dumb mistake, such a huge mistake that your life will never be as good as it could be because of that mistake. This isn't actually words of advice or wisdom. It's a speech my mom gave me about the night I was conceived. She also added, you ever tried anal? I wish I did. It's for you, Mom. About a couple years ago, I performed a set at Levity. I had a pro-choice joke on it. I liked the joke, it was fun. Then 2 months later, Chris Rock releases his special, the famous one after the slap. The motherfucker did the same exact joke as I did. Pretty much. I mean, even though I put it online, I have the receipts that I did first. He's Chris Rock, I can't do it anymore, So, I was trying to come up with a new pro-choice joke. I spent about 6 weeks on it. I didn't carry it to term. You guys want to hear the original joke?
Yeah.
Right, so, I'm 100% pro-choice. 100% pro-choice. And after working in family restaurants for many, many years, I don't care if it's the first trimester. I don't care if it's even the second trimester. I don't even care if it's like the third year. If you watch his special, he did a pretty similar joke to that. All right, I'm going to leave it on this one here. So before you get to the point where you have to, be pro-choice or pro-life or whatever, you have to get a pregnancy test. And, shit's expensive nowadays. Good news is that the dollar store is now selling pregnancy tests. Absolute true story. Like most things in that store, it's made in China. So it only works well when you're carrying a boy. If you're carrying a girl, a lot of adoption clinics appear in your TikTok feed. All right, let's welcome our host, the great Slavin. Give it up for Daryl McCallum, everybody. Let's give it.